Yeah, we're recording. Right, I can cut this bit out. All right, guys, welcome to the Mass Discussion Podcast, the long and awaited episodes. I hope that you've been waiting too long, and we're very sorry about that, but we're very busy people, and we're all trying to get massive, right? So that's the most important thing. We're here joined by her co-hosts, Dan and Josh, all right? So let's listen up, enjoy. We're going to answer a few of your questions. We'll promise we will. I've got a few weird ones today, guys. I got one that said about dirty bulking and clean bulking. I know that one's going to frustrate Dan to shit. So we'll get him fucking fired up and trying to chew on his fucking steak and bagels. And how have you boys been?
Mate, I got before you fucking smashed that.
Oh,
that was a hell of an introduction.
I've been on the camera all lockdown, haven't I? I've just got used to talking to myself through a lens whilst I was at work.
That was epic, mate.
Right.
How have you been, Dan? Dan's chewing.
Spill the beans.
I've been good, man. I'm in lockdown at the moment, bro.
Oh fuck! You've been working with Patrick. Everyone, we're going to cut to the chase, right? Because James Hollinshead just fucking brutalised the fucking everyone in Spain and spanked everyone's ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's our British boy. He's our guy holding the flag, right? I don't care what people say. I like Nathan, but James is the guy, right? Now I'm going to get killed. Anyway, don't worry about it. How is it with Patrick? What's going on? Let us know about it. As someone who is not as high profile as James.
I mean, it's very simple, man. There's nothing. The only would I say like interesting part that's really different, I would say, is the training and how this training set up. Now that I've started doing SST training, there's a lot to it. And it's very intense. It's a whole different level of intensity to like your good old progressive overload, one set and a back off.
Josh, you're allowed to talk about it.
Am I?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I suppose. I mean, I don't
What's
see
different?
why not.
What's so like different about it? What makes it really intense for you? Because it might be different for everyone, but
it's just the structure of it. You go through a lot. Like there's everything from like within one session, I'll do everything from a heavy, all out set of 6.
Yeah.
With no help, just on my own, and 2 sets of those, like 2 big main sets. And then I'll be doing shit like, cluster sets, 4 sets of 10 with 40 seconds rest between your cluster, between those sets within that cluster.
Yeah.
And controlled negatives, time negatives, rest pause sets that are planned in a different way to just your common basic rest pause set. It's very, very intrinsic, and I feel very kind of personalized.
Yeah.
Like at my last check-in, the only thing that changed was Patrick sent me my chest training completely different. Like completely different. All of my training is pretty much the same for each body part, but now my chest training is completely different.
Do you know how, I was going to say, do you know how when you check in and there's a bunch of changes made to your diet?
Yeah.
And you're dieting, it's basically your coach saying, you're still a fat fucker, we need to drop some more fat. So you get in a totally different chest workout. Is that Patrick saying, you have a shit chest, this is what
we literally discussed it, man. We did discuss my weaknesses, and my arms were a weakness. I think they still are, but now compared to my waist, because I've gotten like tighter, like I got up to like 235.
Cool.
And now I'm just sitting at 235 and getting harder. Like my weight is not changing.
Let me just interrupt you there, right? Let people know how tall you are first.
I'm 5'7".
Like,
5'7". I'm lucky if I make 5'7". I'm 171.
171, just with his hair stuck up.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like I don't feel big, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I know that when I pose, it looks a lot different now, and I'm like really excited for that. But
those pictures you put up the other day. Well, I think Patrick put them up actually.
Yeah, Patrick put them up on his.
Yeah,
as
that
well.
was
That got me like so fucking excited.
You're looking round, big. You're looking the more of that sort of Patrick signature look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, I just think it's a combination of not only the training style, but also the intensity that I'm putting in now. Like, my training is fucking psychotic, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Like, I've never trained this hard in my entire life. I've never trained this fucking clinical and hard in my entire life. There's not one rep that goes like the Form Police had me on their thing the other day for my leg press. You can't see it from the angle, but those are they're deep enough reps. And fuck me, my legs are blowing up, so I don't even give a fuck if I get called out from like that.
They had Dan. I mean, at the very started, they got Dan on there a few times, and Dan just went, "I'm bigger than you."
I don't want to draw attention to this cunt, but I will just because we're talking about him. Who is he? And apparently I've blocked him. I haven't blocked him. I didn't even know who fucking was.
Nah, mate. Do you know what? I don't know. I think something like that could be good for like people who are about to kill themselves. But like making an anonymous account to rip into people is pretty like stupid.
The thing is, though, he's on there, right, and he's trying to rip into Kuba, and it's like Kuba's fucking huge compared to majority of us, right? And he's like a pro.
And
then
do
he
you
went
know
after
what,
like
mate?
Rolly Winkler for his leg press, and it's like, yeah, but you seen the size of his legs?
But you know what?
He's one. Like, you were right. You're like you're going after Usain, like pretty much going after the Usain Bolt of bodybuilding. Well, not that, but you see what I mean? Just because he's taller than other sprinters. Are you feeling all right, mate?
He is a sad fucker because this is like, so he's pretty obsessed with me apparently. Well, so I hear. I get a lot of fucking
stalker,
features.
bro. Maybe he watches us on you and strokes off. I reckon he does.
Probably. But he blocked me. Apparently I blocked him. I didn't at all. I actually had a conversation with him because I had to use my dog's profile to talk to him.
Fucking hell, man. Your dog.
Yeah?
I bet your dog was fuming you took your phone.
Oh, mate, he was pissed. Anyway, so I was talking to him about, he had an argument with Jordan in the comments, and I put him right. And after that, he said, you know what, I understand now. I was wrong. You were right. And I'll show the print screens. Then since then, he's been sharing all my shit, saying, oh, shit format. And he is this sad. He went and shared my girlfriend on a hack and fucking called her out because I was spotting her on the hack.
That's weird. It's so weird.
I just think it's it's just a cowardly thing to do. If you've got a problem with someone's form, then tell them to their face. Like, don't make it an anonymous thing. That's such a fucking weird thing to do. It's such a weird concept. This person's fucked.
I want this guy to put up a picture of himself.
Yeah.
Let's see his 130-pound soaking wet self in front of everyone.
This is when it's secretly Phil Heath.
Doesn't have time for this.
And he's just like, booga booga.
Oh, man. No.
I don't know, mate.
So, I know we're diving into a little bit of, obviously, Dan's eating, so we'll let him do it. But let's dive in. What about the food? Because obviously, the food, like for a lot of the, James and that, it was a big thing when he started off. He was saying the food was like ridiculous in his off season.
It's a lot of food, mate.
Right? How big's like for you? What's it like? Are you having to smoke a couple of joints tonight to get it down?
I mean, I like to smoke a joint. Like, that's just it. Like this, but it's not to get my food down.
Okay, yeah.
It's just because I enjoy it. But the food in itself, like I could eat more once my structure's 100% back as well. Because like I said off air, like I have been missing a couple of meals here and there due to my like being in lockdown, traveling back and forth to Bristol to train and shit. Like it does catch me off guard a little bit. So
work commitments.
Of course. But no, but it's seriously like that's genuinely to me. That's what it is,
Of course it is. There's no argument. But
then when I'm on, my appetite is good enough to have more food. But we haven't needed to. My diet hasn't changed for, 12 weeks now?
Really? With the initial start, was it a bit like, whoa?
At the initial start, it was like, yes, I can actually eat now without worrying about what I'm eating. Because I was fucking myself. Like, I was like, oh, what should I eat now? I can't coach myself.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
not-
yeah.
I can't do it.
Get off the routine.
So as soon as he sent me the plan, I was like, right, this is what I'm eating. Done.
Awesome.
And that's it. That's literally how it's been. And then it's got us to here now to like 105, and we're just sitting here. And we had a conversation the other day when I did my check-in, and he said, I don't think we need to push your weight that right now. We just, we'll make what we've got really good, and then we'll look at pushing again,
solidifying the look.
And I feel like that's what's happened, mate. I feel like my muscles look like they're mine now. Whereas I feel like initially when you push in, you get this like weird, puffy, kind of watery, not quite real look to you. And I feel like that's just gone and just got hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we got up to a weight and then it just shifted. The muscles kind of just grew to that weight.
Yes. Yeah. What about you, Dan? Come on, I mean, Josh, and he's all good with Patrick, and he's getting massive. We're turning me the fuck on. What about yourself?
So, like Josh said, like he got in a phase where he was trying to make decisions for himself, and I'm the same. I cannot coach myself. So recently, I stopped being coached by Jordan. I've got nothing against Jordan at all. Like me and Jordan, we're sweet. We're sweet as.
Yeah.
One day I sent him a message. I just explained to him, like, mate, I won't be renewing. And, we just talked back and forth a little bit. And it was like, we both agreed, mate, it's fucking sad. Been together for 4 years and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I was set on it. And I just wanted to see what I could do on my own. There was that and the financial part of it as well. Jordan's very expensive. And I felt like being an off-season phase, that I can handle it.
Yeah.
Without, having to fork out what I fork out every month for Jordan.
Yeah.
And he totally got it. Part of that reasoning as well was that for the stage where I'm at now, I need to start making progress towards what I feel is a physique worthy of a pro qualifier. That's what I want to make progress towards, that kind of physique now. I feel like I got my foundations. I feel like for what I got from Jordan, for the way he coached me, is nearly as much as I'm going to get. Because Jordan's mentality is, with my standard of athlete, is check in once a week, I'll send you a plan and I'll see you again next week, which was great. Fantastic. As you saw in the 4 years I had with Jordan, I posted up the other day. A lot of progress in that time.
Yeah, mate, you look like you've eaten yourself 10 times over.
Yeah. As I said, it worked up to this point. And I'm not saying it wouldn't work further, but right now I'm in a phase where I just need a little bit more attention. Jordan, I can imagine he gives a lot more attention to his pro athletes, which I'm not one of them. And to be a pro, you've got to act like a pro. And I feel like I need that attention to get me there, the same kind of attention. And, I thought after 4 years I would start to get that. And I just didn't feel like it was ever really coming, not what I feel like I could get. I have nothing, the methodologies work. It's just the attention to detail when it comes to the day-to-day micro managing things. If there's a day I don't feel right, I've got a niggle, I can't message Jordan or ring him and talk to him. Like, this is what's going on. Okay, this is what I want you to do for your session in a couple of hours. I can't do that, I don't have that kind of contact with Jordan, which is totally understood. He's an old school mentality type of coach. So my first initial thing was I was going to do it myself off season, then go back to Jordan when it's prep time. And Jordan, he's not taking on clients anymore. He's getting out of the game. He's kind of taking a back step, which, is totally understandable with everything he's got going on. And he said, I'm not taking on athletes again, but of course, if you wanted to prep, I'll take you on any time, because we've got such a history together. Yeah. And we've got that relationship. No problem at all, he said. And then I tried for a few days, and as Josh said, I couldn't make a decision for myself. Not one I was certain on. The problem is I've been doing this for so long. I know so many different ways of doing this.
Yeah.
I can't choose that route. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just found myself stressed out in here. I can coach other people, great. I can't coach myself.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
I'm exactly the same, mate. Exactly the fucking same.
Yeah. So luckily, I am very good friends with somebody in this industry, and we talk every day in a way. We're good friends and whatnot. And I got talking to him, and he said, "Look, I want to coach you, you know." And he made me feel like I'd be a priority of his.
Yeah.
Should I say it?
I know. I know who it is.
Come on.
Well, no, everyone has everyone's guessed it's Patrick Tour, and they clearly don't know me well enough.
No, man.
No, it's
no,
not.
No.
I've got 2 guesses.
All right, I'll let Josh guess first because he.
I think I know. All right, which Josh? But Ginger Josh goes first. Ginger.
Can I say both of them or just one of them?
Just say one of them.
Oh fuck! I don't know which one to go with now. Is it Callum?
No.
Oh,
Good guess though. I mean,
it's the other one.
Unfortunately, he is someone I would go with, but I'm not as close. I'm not as close to Callum as
I know who it is now. Fucking, I should have said his name.
Yeah, you know who it is. So, Josh, you know who it is.
I think I know who it is. I'm fucking. You say it.
Is it Kuba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
thought it was Kuba.
So, Cuba messaged me, just check I'm okay. Just wondered, well, you know, what happened since a couple of days since we last spoke? Like you didn't kind of, you know, why are you not with Jordan anymore and whatnot? And I just explained to him. And Cuba offered, right, well, I see how much this means to you, and I wouldn't want to see you spinning your wheels. You're clearly quite stressed out. I want to help you. And, you know, and obviously I had the financial issue with Jordan. Cuba's actually more expensive than Jordan, if you didn't know. And Cuba's not charging me full rate. If you knew, I'll tell you off air how much he's charged me. If you knew, you'd be like, fuck, that is bloody good. Yeah. At the end of the day, there needs to be some kind of, you know, fee. There needs to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enough to warrant it. But so far, mate, it's just been so refreshing. Have the attention I've got. Every day we talk. We talk by like voice note or whatever on WhatsApp, and every day, every session, he sent me my session for that day. Okay, I want you doing this. How are you feeling? I'm on it. Everything's so specific to me. We're working on my problems right now with my injuries, so we're not lower back loading at all. Not deadlifting. I need to rest. I really put myself in a hole. I'm trying to heal up my knee at the moment. And I had my first leg session yesterday, and best leg session I had in a while. And, you know, that's only my first leg session. And I can't imagine what we're doing now, by the time my knee is healthy, how good it's going to be. It's just come to a point now where my strength on my legs, when I squat, is not comparable to the amount of muscle I have down bottom. And when that's the case, you need to find other ways to, I don't want to say
stimulate.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's pre-fatigue, but it is. I mean,
no, it is. It's to stimulate, mate.
Mate, I did. I can comfortably. I can hack squat 7 plates a side on a Cybex, and if you know a Cybex, you know that's heavy. So we're doing leg extensions before going into that set, and the second set of leg extensions is a rest pause. So you know I'm milking every second of that and force reps the lot.
Milking. And
I go into the hack squat. I could only do 5.5 plates a side. And he made me take my knee wraps off. And I went naked knee. And I'm not allowed to pause in the hole. My pause in the hole, a lot of people think it's harder to do. For me, it was a cop-out. It was actually easier because it slowed down the rep. And it allowed me to not put too much rebound on my knee. So now we're actually doing continuous reps. And it's a 4-second eccentric. And instead of pausing in the hole, keep the tension and come straight back up. And I'm not used to that. It cut my loading in half. I did 5.5 plates. I could only get 13 reps. and that just shows, and that's with my knee screaming at me. But because of 4-second eccentric and the work I'd done before, my knee wasn't that bad. It was like 2 reps in, I was like, oh, that's a bit dodgy. 3rd rep, oh, I'm great.
Yeah.
The thing is, mate, and I've had this conversation with my brother. How strong do you get before before the risk to reward is just not enough? You know,
Exactly.
It's like I see people that are so strong and they're not building muscle, like, or they're not building the amount of muscle, or they don't have, as you said, you don't have the amount of muscle you should have lifting the weight you're lifting.
The
And then it's like that's an indication that you need to find a different route and different method, because then you go 8 plates and 9 plates, and 8-9 plates on a real hack squat is like stupid. I'm not talking.
I haven't seen anyone ever do a 9-plate, 8-plate.
But what I mean is, like, that's like, is it the case you have to take yourself to that point to grow muscle? That's just fucking stupid, man. There's so many other ways to go about it.
Yeah, that, and when we do go back to hip hinging, I'll only be doing RDLs. But I mean, this would be subject to kind of give or take. It would take a lot of feedback off Cuba, because a deadlift neurally fries you, and it's wasted energy just in doing the movement itself. But still, even at RDL, I still RDL 300 kilos.
Yeah, that's just fucking
is a problem. Which is a problem.
That's
because
retarded.
what am I gonna do?
Snap your hamstring before you get any more muscle on it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, what am I gonna have to do though? Go up to 320 kilo.
Well, that's the thing. It's like becomes a point where the weight you're lifting isn't warranted. It's just silly, when you get past a certain strength point. In my opinion, this is all. I'm just thinking of injury and recovery and all these different things that, if you're looking to do this long term, are very important to look at.
Well, the thing is, mate, I've built a lot of muscle on my back through doing this and getting up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm up to this point and I've built that kind of muscle. I can't maintain it. I was finding I was getting 1 or 2 deadlift sessions out the way. Then I was broken for another 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I pop ribs out and stuff like that, and I get locked up, and it's not worth it. I can't fight or live to fight another day almost.
Yeah,
it's like I need to find a way now to keep going forward without doing that.
That's the whole point. The whole point is
progression, isn't it? The point of it is I worked up to doing that to build my muscle in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I did that. So I'm not saying to anyone else, you should be doing this now, because you should be. It's just to find my map for the development of that muscle. I can't keep doing that to get it.
Than you already have.
I need it better. Trust me, I need it better. But I can't do what I was doing to keep doing that.
Of course.
I need to find a different way now, because it just keeps getting me injured. And it's nothing to do with form. Nothing to do. You've seen my form in like an RDL or a deadlift. It's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
It's just the loading.
Yeah.
Even so, when I was doing that 300 kilo RDLs, I was doing a set of 260 for 13, 14 reps beforehand to failure.
I think identifying that is a big thing as well, because when you get caught up in the one set, one working set and a back off, you can get so caught up on progressing those numbers that going down another route would, you kind of, it's a struggle to stop chasing that super heavy load all the time, and humbling yourself, and being like, right, I don't have to lift the stupid weight now. I can lift less and it's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, I think the progression would be to find a way to put myself in mechanical positions where I can't lift as much load as I can now, but continue to do it, so then I do again eventually. So almost add in some kind of work beforehand. That means I can't lift the same load as I used to, and progress it to the point that I'm lifting those loads again, but with more work beforehand.
Yeah.
I think that would be the way around it. Then from that point, I have not a Scooby-Doo.
Then you just gotta, then you gotta go Cutler, mate. Then you gotta go Cutler and just go fucking volume.
Yeah.
I wish, mate. I wish I had the same problem with other muscles, but with my back, I don't know. It's just I do that work. I could do stiff legs and normal conventional deadlifts. It takes so much out of me that it knocks on throughout the whole week. Then other body parts are interfered with.
Thing is, mate, you lifted like fucking 7-8 plates. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, do you understand how fucking strong you are?
He's
You
very
crazy
strong.
cunt. It's like it's quite weird how strong you are. It's fucked up.
For that movement, but I need to start balancing my physique out, and to balance my physique out, other body parts need to start being as strong.
Of course.
You know, even my presses, like I look back now and I cringe. Like I worked up to 4-plate incline barbell for 5 reps. But I look at the reps and they could be so much better.
Mm.
I cringe now.
Do you find though that because you do get so hell bent on wanting to be as strong on your other body parts that you let it slip a little bit, like keeping it tight, you know,
Well,
keeping the reps tight and making sure they're done with intent.
Yeah, but it wasn't that for me. It was more, you know what? My form with 4 plates aside for 5 reps was no different to when I was doing 3 plates aside for 5 reps. It was consistently that. But yeah, if I do that, my chest will grow. And it did. It did. But what do I do next? What do I do next? So I got to 4.5 plates for those 5 reps with the same form and risk tearing a pec off.
The thing is, it's like form is something you can progress as well.
Exactly. And that's my point.
Cleaning reps up is such a good way to progress a lift, and people overlook this massively.
Yeah.
Don't sacrifice form for reps, sacrifice reps for form.
Yeah.
Get the form, then build the reps up and the strength with the form. That's your foundation to maximize gains.
All my presses now are, I go through a process in my head is on the way down, obviously keep your chest up nice and high, contract your lats before you press, and make sure you're hitting a range of motion that is comparable to your shoulder mobility. And from there, my strength has just been cut in half.
But another thing as well, like when making sure your form is bang on, make sure you're connecting with the muscle you want to connect. Like just because your form is good, it doesn't mean you're actually hitting the targeted muscle efficiently and effectively. You've got to build that connection as well as your form. I mean, like, don't overlook that. Don't think just because your form is good, if you're not feeling your chest working properly, you need to figure that shit out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I spoke about this before. You'd get so aggressive for a set, you come out
you lose
the set
it.
and you have no idea what just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very true, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. I've stopped having pre-workout at the moment during my sessions because I feel more focused. And my execution is so much better. I connect with the muscle so much better as well, and I can see it, the result of it. You know.
I like to use the term. I was going to say, I like to use the term controlling the weight. You got to make sure you control the weight, and that's a mixture of form and make sure it's on the right part. That's what I mean by that. That's what I've done a lot of in my leg training. I noticed on the hack squat before, I was like getting up to 5 plates, but I was like, they're not good reps. So when obviously I completely fucked my hip up, didn't I? And I had to relearn pretty much to hack squat again. And from then, my start point was 3.5 plates. So now I'm on 5.5, but I'm controlling the shit out of the reps a lot better.
And as a byproduct, you've seen
legs,
the mass gains from that. You know, you've seen how much your legs have grown. Whereas before, you were lifting the same weight and your legs were shit.
Yeah, just a bit less, but it was like
in comparison. Do you know what I mean?
Didn't correlate to what that was. It gave me the opportunity to relearn, and that's like a lot of the stuff as well. The pressing stuff, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna just do full range of motion and get dirty strong. So I started doing that, and obviously my shoulder press took a little bit of a knock. My chest press took a bit of a knock on the weight. But I tell you what, now I'm back there, and it's fucking so much better. Oh, we got our 10-minute warning. This can fuck
Bloody
right
hell.
up.
But what I was gonna say is, once you've built that form and you've got that to a T, and you've built that mind muscle connection, you've got that to a T, and you can kind of contract on command, so per se. Once you've got that, then you can allow your form to. You can then play with the form to make it yours.
Yes.
And that's where the form police fuck up, because don't forget that my form is specific to me. You can teach someone basic, straight up, perfect form, but they have to progress that to their own basic, straight up, perfect form. And it may not be a perfect rep, how the handbook says it, but if they're doing it right and they've gone through this whole process, that is more effective to them than that. Because that was just a starting point.
Exactly. If you look at anything I do with my back, a lot of people who question it. I think the form police I got shared in some. They shared a T-bar row or something I did, something like that, and they put me on their page for it or whatever. But they don't realise that my back, as soon as I touched that weight, it was on like that. If you find anyone with a good body part, they will connect with that muscle part straight away. Like I know, I've heard Jordan talk about this with Sasan. With his leg.
I've heard this.
His legs, like he would touch his feet on the leg press, and every single muscle fiber is on.
I've got to go for a piss. Can't hold it.
You know, and it shows in the development.
Certainly,
I mate. Your legs.
Yeah, 100%, mate. It's like I generally like jump on it on a machine to do a leg machine, and the reps have just come out perfect for how I want to feel them, and I feel everything I need to feel.
How they feel is different to how they look.
Pardon?
How they feel is different to how they look.
Exactly, man. And don't get me wrong, I am super anal with my form as well. You know, I don't want to compromise any other part of my body, because I'm really trying to maximize the injury risk, minimize the injury risk, and maximize the amount I'm getting out of my reps as well, you know? So I'm trying to be as fucking spot on with my form as possible. But that's exactly what I'm doing. And it doesn't mean that my reps are going to be clinical. Like, I know what's working for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mate, my muscle connection goes out the window when I start trying to be clinical. No, I must admit.
I was going to say, we've got like 7 minutes left. Are we going to run into another one? Because we have a few of these questions to answer.
Get a couple of questions up now. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's see what we can do in 6 minutes and 53 seconds.
Okay. All right. I've got one. I've got a few. This one's the one I want to answer. But my missus just sent me one. Why are you such a fat bastard? Well, I'm not actually that fat at the minute. And by the way, she likes the fucking when I have a little bit of love handle.
Loves the winter fluff.
It can fuck right off. Clean or dirty bulk? What is that? I love these questions, and I obviously know this bloke is definitely young, right?
This means that when you're eating a lot of food, you go through your entire off season without showering, or you shower every day.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I thought
is
it was
cleaning
or not being or being dirty, and not washing your clothes and going to the gym still.
Coming back from the gym with sweaty balls, waking up in the morning with sweaty balls.
I think that's what you're on about.
Yeah.
I'm take this question actually quite seriously and not.
Fucking hell! Here we go.
Clearly hasn't got a clue. Clearly, he wouldn't use that terminology.
Whoever this kid is about to get roasted. Let's sit back and chill.
I'm not going to roast him.
Good.
I'm not going to roast him. I'm going to try and help him.
You're going to try and educate him.
Yeah. So look, if let's say you're aiming for 4,000 calories a day, and that puts you in a surplus, why would you want to do that food from dirty sources when you can get it from clean sources? Now, let's say your new target to keep progressing your weight is 5,000 calories a day, and you really struggle to get that food in now because you've been on a bit of a bulk for a while. Your appetite has run away with you, but things are still tidy, so you can keep pushing. Maybe a few, you know, denser food sources come in handy. You start adding in a little bit of shit, which I don't see a problem with at all. If that's what it takes to put you in a surplus.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in terms of the end result should never be dirty. The end result should be just, you know, a bodybuilder in his off season who's not too fat, but he's eating a lot of food. That's the perfect place you want to be in, because when you diet down, now you've got loads of tools.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is a tool in bodybuilding. Food's a tool. Now you've got loads of tools to diet with when you're coming down again. You know. So whether it's a clean bulk or a dirty bulk, that's not a reflection of the end result. That's a reflection of the type of food you're putting in your body.
But another thing. Sorry, go on.
I was just saying, you just try and make as much of that food from clean, good, nutritious sources.
Yeah.
The thing is like at the end of the day, the higher quality your diet is, the lower your inflammation markers are going to be, the better your recovery will be, the better your training is going to be, the better digestion is going to be, which means the uptake of nutrients will be better. There's so many different reasons why good quality nutrient dense food is the go-to food for professional athletes across the board, not just bodybuilders, but especially in bodybuilding.
Especially for like PED users. I mean, obviously, when we use anabolic steroids, our cholesterol and our lipid profile tends to go a bit wayward.
Of course.
Typically, when we shit food, it kind of affects our LDL, and that is not a good. That's not a good thing.
Well, that's the thing, man. I feel like the only, you know, toxic, if you want to put it that way, and I don't mean that like in a really bad way, but toxic thing that should be going into your body, I feel, if you're looking to be a professional, especially, and you're looking to progress, is the steroid side of things.
Yeah,
with Patrick, yeah. I'm never gonna have a cheat meal with Patrick. Maybe I'd say one day, it's my missus' birthday, I want to go out for a meal, but there's no cheat meals. There's no anything. Everything is that was on the plan.
Yeah,
and it's how I have. Like, I feel so much better in myself. And I noticed that difference. Like, I've eaten a lot of food before, not as consistently as I do at the moment. I'll give my consistency has been down to my progress comes down to consistency as well. But how I perform, how I feel, all these different things, and how I look as well, I got to correlate it with the fact that I haven't touched anything off my plan in 12 weeks.
But another thing is that if you're following if you're eating all clean food or a structured diet, and then you come to diet down, you only need to eat less of what you're eating to make yourself life a little bit easier. That's how I like it anyway, as a bodybuilder.
On the flip side, if you are in such a surplus that is compromising your ability to eat that surplus, and you do have a bit of shit food on top, twice a week, that is a very easy way when you diet down, just remove an off-plan meal.
Yeah, definitely. I won't say it isn't a good thing or I'm against it, because I use it with my clients. I have most of my clients have at least one off-plan meal a week. I think it's very beneficial as well. Like, depending on what level you're at, I think it's a necessity as well, to an extent, for the social side of it, more than actual cravings and things like that. But I just personally, my outlook on food has changed drastically now, and I wouldn't want to have an off-plan meal because of how good I feel.
But to meet your current caloric intake, your needs. Can you do that from all your clean food? Yeah,
and I could eat more on top as well.
So you don't need.
Of course, no, 1,000%. I used to be in like how I feel personally, you know. But I do also understand that some people may need that if they don't have the appetite for all the clean food, or even the stomach. You know, it's a lot of fucking clean food.
I'm not sure if you can answer this, but gathering from the way you're being coached by.
You got less than a minute. Do you want to ask me this question in the next one?
Yeah, gathering the way that you're coached by Patrick. Say if you reached a body weight that means like you require a lot of food, you're still very lean and you're nowhere near needing to diet down, but you can't get the food in from clean sources. What does he do?
I think he would make me have a short stint, like short period, a week, 2 weeks, 3, 4 weeks, potentially, depending on how long it took, of lower food, drastically lower food, to build appetite back up. And once appetite was back, push food higher than before.
Okay. Because it just made me wonder, because I know I've heard Patrick say this, and it's so fucking true, that a lot of smaller bodybuilders, or I wouldn't say smaller bodybuilders, a lot of younger bodybuilders who haven't been doing this as long won't understand just yet. But with a lot of these guys, it's not a case of them hitting a level of body fat that they need to diet down now. It's a case of you just can't feed them enough.
Yeah.
I heard him say that throughout the podcast, and I can't resonate enough with that.
It is true, though, mate. It's very true.
That's pretty exciting, though, to think to get that big.
This was, this was pretty much the reason. So right now I'm dieting. You guys know this. I started a prep for FitX. I've recently decided not to do it.
Okay.
Just because I wouldn't be happy with the end result. That's all it is. I went into the prep in panic that I was wasting my off season, because this is going to sound silly, but I did a set on the leg press and my adductor was screaming at me. My knee was in a lot of pain, and I racked it, and I come off it, and I knew I had a rep in the tank. I knew I had it, and I racked it. And that's just not like me. That's not like me at all. And it's silly because my knee was probably going to pop off and hit the ceiling. So I don't know why. And that prompted me, let's do a show date in mind, so I don't ever fucking do that again. Because I was getting scared, I was getting complacent. But in hindsight, after talking to like everyone around me, they said, mate, your fucking knee was screaming at you. That's why you racked it.
Yeah.
And all because I know, it was all because I did a show date, and Jordan was on board with it as well. He was like, yeah, let's fucking do it. Let's do it. And yeah.
I mean, you have improved, and in my opinion, you improved enough to get back on stage again, to warrant going back on stage. As in, no, I'm not saying you'd be happy, but in my opinion, you have made enough progress to certainly warrant going on stage a completely different Dan. But I can already visualize the Dan that you would want to bring to stage after hearing you talk.
Yeah.
You know, so I understand exactly what you mean.
I took two solid years off.
Yeah, you did.
I'm going. It'll be 3 years since I did my first show when I go on stage.
The progress you've made has been
nuts.
So it will be incredible, and I'm hoping that we can push up. We definitely got keeping me leanish, and we definitely be able to push up again to get to new heights of body weight.
Yeah, definitely.
Of new muscle tissue.
That's a long time to be off stage, man.
I know.
From your first show as well. And
it would have been. It was 4 years. I mean, it would have been October. Would be three years since I last ever stepped on the stage. So it's just shy. But then my first show was in September. But it's just I can put some new tissue on, and hopefully I'll be jumping up into either be class 2 or be heavyweight.
Class 2.
If I do a 2 bro show, if there's one in Watford, I'll do that just to see where I go and to see what our weaknesses are. And it's 40 minutes down the road. Easy, nice, and it'd be nice to see where you place in that show. It'd be nice to represent myself on the stage, posing routine. That'd be good. See where my weaknesses are.
In my opinion, you're ready to do a show.
Yeah.
Again, I put you two. You're both in the same boat. Like you've both improved enough on your previous physique to warrant going on stage. Yeah. But I also know the kind of physiques you want to bring to the stage. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. The thing is, though, it needs the experience as well, getting on there. And the thing is, if I do go heavyweights, and let's say I go on stage at like just over 200 pounds, 205. I mean, that will be like 45 pounds of stage weight heavier. 54. That's stage weight. That's not just fucking poundage. That'd be quite impressive.
Mental, bro.
When you say it out loud, I think, hang on a minute, that's quite cool. That's quite cool.
Fucking hell.
That is quite cool, isn't it? So it's like a completely different fucking Josh. Yeah, be good. It'll be a good laugh. I've got another question, but I'm going to answer. Stupid. Someone said, "Why bodybuilders' farts smell so bad?"
Fucking hell. Mate, I love it when you laugh at shit like this.
What
It
the
makes
fuck
my
is
day.
Why is it? What question is that? Like, I'm only asking. I'm not judging your body, but like, why are you going around sniffing bodybuilders' farts? That's my question to you, because I'll tell you why our farts smell so bad. Not everyone's farts smell so bad, but they just.
It's like the guy that's been going around collecting samples and
Yeah.
comparing.
Following the biggest guys in the gym. What a dirty bastard! You filthy animal! I don't understand. I don't understand that one. Someone asked, "What do you?" I think they asked me. Maybe they got it confused with my Sunday Q&A. But what do you do for a living other than bodybuilder? Well, BB, but bodybuilding doesn't pay me fucking anything really, except a bit of coaching. YouTube doesn't pay you anything until you're making a good amount of stream of income. We do it because we love it, to be honest, mate. Obviously, one day I want it to be my full-time job because I fucking want to do what I love. But I have a job, an actual job. Well, I say an actual job, it's not really. I have to go out my way to do it. That's pretty much all I'm going to say. Which I wouldn't want to do, and hopefully I won't have to do it, forever, and I don't intend to. But yeah, I work as in a fucking leisure centre, pretty much. But it's not really what it used to be because of COVID. I'm like a security guard, pretty much.
You're like a security guard.
I just tell people to wear masks and they can't go anywhere and they have to leave the building unless they're playing football. Pretty much it. It's all I have to do at the minute.
Fuck. Mate, the world is so fucked.
It's like, I was telling Dan, in terms of like, if you like play football or whatever, like pitches, lots of centres, they can't have your changing rooms open. So if your toilets are in your changing rooms, you've got no toilets. So people were travelling 3 hours to go watch their kid play football. Nowhere to go no inside. They stand out in the piss and rain and they've got no toilet to go to.
Fucking hell, man.
But it's because they can't, and it's the rules.
That's
Crazy. Fucking crazy, isn't it?
It's fucked up, man.
Imagine going 3 hours and not having to have a piss. And then having to go fucking 3 hours, staying there for an hour and a half. That shit is a full day. It's a full day of work.
Fuck that noise.
I think, going back to the question, I think people underestimate how much your time bodybuilding takes up. Like, what do you do apart from bodybuilding? Like, it takes up a lot of your time.
Bodybuilding is a full-time job in itself.
Yeah.
Jeremy, if you take this seriously, it's a fucking full-time job, man.
It is.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how to answer that. Like, what do you do apart from bodybuilding? Well, I'm a son. I'm a boyfriend. I'm a brother. I do a few things. I'm like, it's like any other person apart from you do this job that's actually a 24/7 job.
Yeah.
It's a job we enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's why.
But you can't just wing anything. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no.
You can't just wing a meal. You can't just stop by a Greg's and grab a pasty because you're running behind.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how it works. Like, everything has to be done. Like, every little thing has to be done so that the only bodybuilding works. Yeah. And it does take up a big portion of your time.
Everything has to form around bodybuilding.
It does, mate. And when you're training sessions, when you're in the gym for like 2.5, sometimes even 3 hours, like that's a lot of time too. Man, at the moment, going back and forth to train is like a 6-hour round trip.
Thing is, though, it's fucking awesome, though.
Oh, it is, mate. I wouldn't change it for the world.
But this is the main one when it's like, want to get to that level. When you say it to people, and we might have said a few things today, and people have gone like, oh, fuck that. Well, you're not going to get to where you want to be. Like, I've told you I want to do this for a living, right? This is what I enjoy. This is why I do it. And when you say, if I had to travel 3 hours to the gym, I would. It's why we would do it, because
Yeah.
we enjoy it, the progression, and it makes you just feel fucking awesome. I'm working towards something that I really want to achieve and really want to do, and you can't. It doesn't
Mate,
get
but think of our previous podcasts. I wasn't like that. I was like,
a little bit more
I
chill.
was just, I was way more chilled with
But look at the
bodybuilding.
size of you now compared to then.
Yeah, true.
There you go. See, that's a fucking prime example. Literally, go back to see how relaxed Josh was, right? Look at him now, and then look at the fucking difference. Watch it on your laptop, tablet, get your mobile phone, and then look at his transformation pictures and go, fuck. That right there is proof in the pudding.
Yeah,
That
I
is.
wouldn't say, despite what you say, like what you were doing to what you're doing now, you're not any different.
As a person?
Your mindset, as in like your.
Oh no, my mindset. No, my mindset hasn't changed. But like, I'm all in bodybuilding. Like, bodybuilding takes up a lot more of my life now than it did before. Because when people say, "What do you do apart from bodybuilding?" It's like now I've made bodybuilding a full-time job for myself. Whereas before, I wasn't like this. My life revolved around. Bodybuilding revolved around my life and how I wanted to, where I wanted to be at whatever time. Now, if I gotta go to the gym, I gotta go to the gym. Even if I want to go somewhere else, I'm going to the fucking gym.
The question was, what do you do for a living other than? I took that as in living, as in make money.
Oh yeah, I'm a porn star.
I thought, and then I understand what you said. I don't know. Man, I'm confused the fuck out myself. My dyslexic eyes are going everywhere.
Oh no, I thought it meant like what you do apart from bodybuilding. Like,
Did I see? I didn't take it.
I took it. You can take it as both ways.
Did you have a day job?
Yeah, if it says living, I think they just mean a way of earning money.
Oh, okay. If it's for a living, OnlyFans, Pornhub.
Oh yes.
And I just go to random people's houses.
What's your name? Big Ripper.
No, it's Lil Daddy.
Little Daddy. Little Daddy takes up the bum. This is terrible. It's awful. Man, you're making me say some wild shit.
Wild thing.
Yeah. Has anyone else got some more questions? Any other questions?
And have you got any? I didn't do a thing. I wasn't on the gram.
No, you just put mine up.
I'll put mine up now.
Yeah, you get loads of questions tomorrow. Like when I do my Sunday Q&A, I've woke up once and I'm like, I've only got like 3 questions, and then I put it on an hour, and it's like, oh, you've got like 30. I was like, oh, fucking, it was like I think it was about 20 something, but I was a bit like, what the fuck happened? And then some of them were just like, shit,
random shit.
Why
With that, pardon?
Someone was like, why are your calves so small? I was like, you fucking bastard.
Your calves ain't that small.
Yeah, I know, but I think that's why they said it.
Right, okay. I was going to say.
Yeah, cunt. Like, you fuck off, you bastard. You know what I mean? I'll fucking sort you out, man. I'll give you one of them, you know what I mean? I'll show you how it is. You wait till I get on stage, and I'm just going to fucking stomp my foot. Boom! Like that. I'm like, oh, I'm not my calf on my foot. Everything hurts more when you lean, innit? When you're really lean, you're a bit more fragile. You bump your knee and you're like, oh, the fucking hell, what's going on? Give me some fucking Angelo and that'll sort it out.
I fucking love you, bro. You're just an epic person,
you know what the
dude.
coolest thing is? You know, like gear, like people like. It's the weirdest thing is that some of it all came from like the medical uses, and like I'm not gonna lie to you, I do not see like. When someone says, "Oh, Nandrolone," that was once made by people thinking, like, "Yeah, this will really help like certain patients." I can't remember. What was it? Muscle wastage? I don't even fucking know. You can see, but I can't see that at all. I can't see that at all. I'm like,
mate, steroids were designed by the military, 100% for the military to make super soldiers.
A bunch of fucking juice heads who were just
mate, the fucking Nazis were picking people up and throwing them all over the shop. They were juiced up to hell. They'd be like,
what are you going to say? Wait, I think Dan was going to say something, and I just started talking about gear.
Dan was going to say a question, I believe.
Oh, sorry, Dan.
Well, I got a few. Do you want to do some more questions, or?
Yeah, let's bump out. Let's get 10 minutes in, and I'll just make Chanel wait for like a minute.
Like a quick fire. We'll do a quick fire.
Come on.
Best gym trained at.
Best train or gym or fuck. You know what? I like the gym I train at now.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm gonna be all. This is because it plays a massive part in my life. But best gym I've trained at is my gym that I had in Spain. Because there was some emotional times in that place, man.
I trained at Nathan's gym, Prophecy Performance Centre. That was good. Everything was Arsenal strength.
Prophecy.
Yeah.
It's a Panatta, isn't it? There.
Panata's there.
This is before he got all the
I think the Panata stuff shit.
He's got Panatta. He's got Arsenal. It was fucking
Arsenal's
Fit top.
decent. Arsenal's decent.
Fit top. Fit top.
Best gym I've trained at.
I haven't trained any of the Ultra Flexes, but they look sick.
I've never trained in Ultra Flex.
So I was gonna say, yeah, like same thing. Best gym I've trained at my own home gym, just because of what it is. But for actual, like, if I'm being honest, best facility I've trained at, were like no shadow of doubt, Rotherham, Ultra Flex.
I can imagine that.
Mate, just unreal. Not just the equipment, but here and there is buzzing. Everyone in there is fucking grinding hard. And for me to say that, they're working hard.
Yeah.
Mate, unreal. What Cuba's done there is just like a mecca.
Mm-hmm.
It's got everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'll fuck with that. I need to go up there. We should do on the fucking Bell Ends on tour.
Bell Ends on tour. Chicken and rice on tour.
Cunts on tour.
Chicken, rice and cheese. Let's go. All right, we just walk around Top Sev. Shut up, cunt on it.
Mass on tour. The mass tour.
This is an interesting one.
Come on, quick fire.
And I know what you boys are going to say as well.
Gay.
Would you rather have to eat 10,000 calories a day or drink all your meals every day?
Eat 10,000 calories a day.
Man. I'm going to get massive. I'll show this geezer I can eat like a fucking beast. I'm going to do him.
Eat 10,000 calories a day.
Give me one of these. I'd eat them.
What it is I'd agree, 10,000 calories a day, because it didn't specify from what sources. Yeah. I could get 10,000 calories a day. I just put fuckloads of honey and like peanut butter and shit. I'd eat so much shit to get it in. But I don't realize how uncomfortable that is. I'd be doing 2 cardio sessions a day. I'd be training twice a day. I do everything I can to keep my appetite high.
I'd want to know what I look like. If someone said 10,000 calories a day, but they don't specify how you look, you can fuck yourself if you choose the wrong option.
Fat. And I got fat on like 4,500. Like, what the fuck would that do to me?
Drinking my meals and looking the way I do could be better than eating 10K a day and being a fat fuck.
My only reasoning not drinking my meals, your digestion would go to shit anyway.
Yeah, true.
And I take loads of gear as well, so I can get really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I did it, if I was doing 10,000 calories a day, I'd make sure I weren't taking any gear.
I would take some gear.
You won't be able to eat, bro. Test.
Fuck it.
Maybe a bit of EQ. Nothing else.
Mate, I don't even think you need the EQ.
I heard that Diana...
If you were able to plant 10K a day...
I heard that fucking Anadrol's got 10,000 calories in. I just eat one of them. By the way, they don't, and they'll probably melt your stomach to don't do it.
Well, my reasoning being for the gear, limit the gear use, because as soon as your liver becomes the slightest bit toxic, your appetite will go to shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know since I've been using gear and I've got up to higher amounts, my appetite is not like it.
And you'd have to be using insulin with that amount of food as well.
Oh yeah,
scary.
Well, this is a good point. So I want to talk to you. You boys used Slim before?
No,
I'm currently using.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
What's your protocol? Because I'm just starting to use it now.
5 units post workout.
Okay, I'm going to get bigger than you.
I'm 5 pre-workout.
I'm going to get bigger than you because I'm using 6.
Fuck. that means you're going to get bigger than me because I'm only using 3 pre-workout.
So I'm using 10, you're using 9.
Oh, do you have bicep? I'm not taking any slid, so I'm just going to carry on.
Has he got you doing some growth hormone with that as well?
What about
How's
you,
that?
Dan?
How's that? How for a day, and how's that placed across the day?
AM pre-meal one, and post-workout or pre-bed.
Oh, that's interesting. All right, okay. I've got 6 IU at the moment. This is the most I've ever used, and it's going to be 2 on wake before cardio and dieting. 3 IU my pre-workout meal. No, 3 IU Slin pre-workout meal. Then 2 IU growth hormone post-workout. 15 minutes later, 6 IU Slin, Nova Rapid. Then 2 IU growth hormone before bed. So.
Can you say that again, Dan? I was a bit.
2 IU's growth hormone in the morning.
Yeah.
Before cardio fasted. 3 IU Slin pre-workout.
Okay.
Post-workout, immediately post 2 IU growth hormone.
Okay.
15 minutes later, 6 IU Slin.
Yeah.
Then 2 IU growth hormone before bed. So the idea of the 15-minute gap between the growth hormone and the Slin, obviously they counteract each other. Give it the 15-minute break, 15-minute gap, and then you can spike IGF before eating your post-workout meal.
That's pretty cool. I mean, this is probably very far. I'm very far from this.
Well, I mean,
I even started using growth hormone, man. I was like, I'm getting buzzed over fucking MPP still. You're like, yeah, Josh, I remember my first cycle, you fucking novice. Get out of this podcast, you cunt. I know, I'm being a dick.
Hey, this is my first time using it. Like, this is my first time using EQ even. Never.
So
it's all new. It's all new to you.
Right.
It's interesting, though.
The start of my prep, but the start of my time with Patrick was the first time I'd ever used MPP.
Really?
MPP. The only thing I don't like about MPP is 100 milligrams per mil. Fucks me off.
Oh, mate, tell me. I've got a pin.
I just went to fucking Decanate, mate. Fuck it.
The way my gear is worked out, it's 4 mil of gear every other day.
It's all fucking fast-acting shit.
Yeah, it's all fast-acting.
Oh, man. The thing is, you say that, right, and some novice will be like, oh, that's loads. And you're like, well, if he's only doing 100 mil, like, do you know what I mean? 100 milligrams, it's not a lot. You could say, yeah, I'm taking 3 mil a week. And people are like, and you're like, yeah, but that's like test propionate. So that's 300 milligrams per week.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, all right.
It's not, but it could be. I'm joking.
Yeah, Dan's only on fucking TRT, guys, and a bit of Slin. Chill out.
No, that's exactly it, though. That's exactly it. People don't get that. But
yeah, I think
it's interesting.
Lack of education.
All of this is new, and it's nothing I would have done in the past because I've had preconceived kind of notions about gear. So I'm using MPP and EQ together, which is something I'd never do in the past, because obviously in the order of how gear is absorbed by the androgen receptor, EQ comes after Primo and after MPP. So it kind of doesn't make sense in a way to use those in synergy because they're going to get blocked. But if you don't do it, you don't know. That's just on paper.
Give it a go.
In the past, I've just used MPP and Primo together because obviously the order in which they get absorbed by the androgen receptor.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Thing is, though, I like Prilo. I like MPP. I like Nandrolone anyway. But I don't. The fast acting shit always comes in like, well, Primo 100 milligrams per mil. It's just a fucker. So if you're doing 300, 400, or 500, that's fucking annoying.
Oh yeah, what's annoying though about Primo? If you're getting just normal Primo, it's not even fast acting. It's just literally 100 mega mil. Primo is actually a long acting ester by nature.
Not bad.
Specifically order the enanthate ester.
I know that.
And that's usually about 150, 200 mega mil.
I know that the esters don't really matter, but I just was like, fuck it. I mean, Nandrolone and Decanate comes in at 300 mil or 250 or 300 per mil. So I'm like, that's better. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just fuck it. Fuck it, I'll go for that.
No,
See what I mean?
I don't know. I get on differently with things like that are very high mega mil. I don't know whether sometimes it blows up my sights. I think it's too concentrated, and I just can't take it. If I used like a 400 mega mil Deca compared to 4 shots of 100 mega mil NPP, I know it's a lot more volume, but it doesn't seem to hurt my sights as much.
I didn't think that, but
and my acne just blows up.
see, I don't really suffer from acne, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't really get
I haven't really in the last 6 months.
You get sort of, I don't know. It's one of those sides I don't have. You know what I mean? I don't know how this is becoming talking about steroids, but I love them. But yeah, that's about it. No, I've got to go, guys. To be honest, I've just realised the time. Josh has just finished his meal. Have you got anything to say, Josh? No.
Just fucking be happy, you know.
All right. No, mass discussion. Go on, Dan.
We'll do a part 2.
And there'll be a part 2 to this episode, so stick around, put some more chicken and rice in the oven, get huge, and then we'll see you on the next one. Right?
Sick.
All right, cheers, guys.
Love you, bye.